Hey everybody, welcome back to the 1IRC YouTube channel. Today we got our first run of the Arrma Granite Voltage 1/10, although technically 1/12 scale monster truck. It's two-wheel drive, mid-motor, four-wheel independent suspension, oil-filled shocks, most of what you would expect in a 1/10 scale ready to run. I will admit Arrma made some questionable design choices, namely the way that the spur gear and top drive gear mount on this. It's all one plastic piece and it's not held in by anything but friction. So I'm hoping that that holds up a little bit better. We are using the nickel metal hydride 1800 milliamp battery pack, the stock one, charged it with the stock charger. Nothing else I use uses IC3 connectors, so I'm not going to buy a special charger just for that, but we just going to be using the stock battery, stock motor speed control combo, stock plastic gear servo. Nothing has been changed other than I did take the time to put a set of stainless steel screws in it. I stripped a screw out, just taking it apart to see how it works, and replaced those with some hex-headed stainless steel hardware. Beyond that, I do want to point out Arrma, questionable choice here. Don't really know what you guys were doing, but holes to mount your body clip tethers. I love the body clip tethers. I love them on my Senton Mega. One of the standout features of that body that I really love. Got the holes in the body, no body clip tethers. I did order a set just to throw on after I do the initial runs and everything. I do have replacement electronics for this truck already. Got a Radio Link R4 FGM micro receiver, a Hobbywing 10BL 120 speed control, 3800 kV 4-pole motor, and a just an Amazon special 25 kg servo. It's kind of the bad thing about this truck. You do have to replace everything all at once since that servo is directly wired into the board. Beyond that, I didn't want to buy a LiPO just for one run on this stock electronics, but you can run a 2-cell. You can also use the lithium-ion batteries that Arrma sells if you so choose, but I'll be running this on 2-cell once we put the new electronics in it. But this is just the first run. We'll see how things go. One thing I will say, this truck does handle quite a bit better than a Traxxas Stampede, which I would consider to be its closest competitor. The Diff, that Diff is way too loose. Of course, it's not oil filled. It's probably just got a light coating of grease. And I haven't pulled the Diff out to see if it can be sealed, but I'm presuming that it can't. This truck does have all plastic gears inside the gearbox. The idler, the diff gear, and that one-piece spur gear, they're all plastic. Spur gear is 48 pitch, which is kind of surprising for something marketed toward beginning drivers. I would prefer to see 32 pitch in something for younger drivers or people that aren't quite used to the controls. These dBoots tires, they look great. They don't hook up for, I mean, this is heavily textured asphalt, and a little radio glitch there. I'm not a big fan of that, but heavily textured asphalt, and it doesn't have traction in any direction. Left, right, forward, reverse. Yeah, I'm not going to do it because I already know what's going to happen, but if your kid goes to quote unquote pop the clutch to do a wheelie with this, I don't think it's going to have enough torque to do so, but going from reverse to forward to try and pull the front end up is most likely going to wipe the teeth off that spur gear. If not break a diff cup. The diff cups in this are plastic. The dog bones are metal, but the diff cups are chunky plastic, but plastic nonetheless. I'm not upset about the fixed links at all. that is a cost-cutting measure that does come with the added benefit of durability, but there's other places on this chassis that I think they could have saved some money. Arrma claims this is splash proof. I really hope it is. Kind of told on myself there. I've already been in the snow once, so I know it's somewhat splash proof. Being one-wheel drive does not like snow and slush. It just lights up that inside tire way too easily. Can't even do a Rockford. That's a shame. That's one of my favorite stunts to do with two-wheel drives. Maybe that's just the old man in me, but yeah, there's no spinning the front end around. I just don't think it has the power to go fast enough in reverse to do it. That's the best I got. So all in all, I'm really surprised here that we're still going. I figured this would be a 3 to 4 minute runtime truck before you had to pull it in to swap batteries or wait the 3 to 4 hours for it to recharge. But so far, very pleased. Already noticing a bit of a tick from the gearbox. It's just exceptionally loud. That's a little troubling considering I wouldn't expect that to be already being so vocal less than one pack in. Might be something to look into when I tear the transmission apart for the first time. Now, Integy does make billet machined replacement gears for this truck. Unfortunately, that replacement gear set costs more than the truck. Let's see what we got going on here. We have a click, but I figure that's, yeah, it's just a stick. It's all right. I picked my truck up on Black Friday sale. This is actually the first time we haven't had a significant amount of snow since, but I got mine on sale for 89 bucks plus $10 expedited shipping. Normally you'll find these for around the 100 to 100 and I've seen them as high as 120. For that price, you get quite a bit. You get a truck that looks a lot like a hobby grade vehicle. It performs pretty well. It handles great. This will outhandle a stock Traxxas Stampede all day, every day. I think once we get it on the rough stuff, it may be a little low slung. With that low center of gravity chassis helps so much, but it doesn't look like it has as much travel as the Stampede or say a normal Granite two-wheel drive, like the original two-wheel drive Arrma Granites. And this looks to be a little bit lower. The suspension arms only have one shock mount. Shock towers only have one shock mount. So no tunability within the suspension there. But the dampers feel good. They don't feel like they have any air in them. I mentioned earlier that I've already switched out to stainless steel hex head hardware. The stock Phillips head screws are actually self-tappers. So they went full cheap spec on those. First time and I don't know if they're a JIS style of head, and that's why my US style Phillips head screwdriver stripped them out, but they feel pretty soft. These are 304 stainless, and I've not had any issues since. I have taken the truck apart a time or two just to learn how it works. And like I said, we've had a lot of snow, so everything around us is mud right now, and frankly, I don't feel like tracking that into the shop or the house. So try to keep the truck as clean as I can, at least until everything dries out for the spring, or we go more than 2 days without rain and snow. Then we'll get it out and see how it handles some rough terrain. But as far as handling goes, that's this truck's strong suit. It's not fast. They claim 25 on the box. I don't think, maybe once the motor is broken in and the brushes make better contact with the commutator, maybe a pack or two in, it may pick up a mile an hour or two. Out of the box, no, it's just doesn't have the legs for it. And what really, it just shows how jaded we become when we've been in the hobby. I've been in the hobby for over 25 years. My first vehicle was a Traxxas Rustler with a 20-turn Stinger motor and a mechanical speed control. You know, back then, 1200 milliamp battery was a hot battery. This isn't much better than that original battery 25 years ago, and the motor's the same motor. It's 20-turn, brushed, sealed can, and I thought that truck was the fastest thing on the block. And there's low voltage. So it is good to know that it will protect even that nickel metal battery. I didn't turn on LVC. Obviously not running a LiPO today, so no reason to, but it will. You can see steering still works, but we got no throttle, so that does help at least preserve that somewhat inexpensive battery. But again, just takes me back to the beginnings of the hobby, just being out in a parking lot, driving around for fun. And on pavement, these dBoots tires, not the greatest, like I said, but that's nothing that a set of aftermarket tires won't cure. This has standard 12mm hexes, so pretty much anything will bolt on. Power system, I've already got plans to replace, along with the radio. And honestly, I like the body. I'm going to leave the body for now. I am going to upgrade to the body clip tethers, but like I said, those are a simple, stick them into the pre-drilled holes and off you go. I'm not really sure why Arrma didn't do that to begin with, but that's my personal opinion. So we'll be back again soon with upgraded electronics, and when we are able to get out and do that, I will catch it on film, and we'll see how it likes 2-cell brushless power. So if you're not already, please hit that subscribe and that bell button. Be notified of any time we post a new video. And drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your first RC was, and if this kind of takes you back to the good old days of how things were. So thanks again for watching. Have a great day.